What's going on, fellow Maplers? This is a bit last minute, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out on choosing a Class 2 Hyperburn. Plenty of people have covered this topic, but I feel like they just end up spewing too many options or the same few recommendations at you over and over again, while telling you the cliche, albeit true line, to pick whatever class is the most fun. Instead of telling you specific classes, I want to walk you through my thought process on choosing the character I will be hyperburning, Mechanic. But let's broaden our scope for a second. How can you narrow down your options? With 50 available classes, this can be overwhelming. I think the best place to start is by choosing a group of classes you are interested in based on faction. This is because characters with the same faction share the same cash shop. Get the most out of your purchases by allowing the characters you plan on playing the most to take advantage of the same pets, cosmetics, extra cubes, and more. For free to play, this is hands down the best approach, as you have such limited access to pets and maple points from occasional events. For moderate spenders like myself, I've invested in items like the Vac Pet. No way in hell am I buying another for a different set of characters. Keep in mind, if you ever want to make a shift, you can transfer over your cash items in the somewhat rare cash shop transfer events, so this isn't a locked-in decision. If you're just starting out, I think the best factions to center your account around are the Explorers for sheer volume of class options and the Cygnus Knights. Both of these have been revamped recently and have incredibly strong options for mains and boss mules in the long-term progression of your account. However, my main character is Demon Slayer, a part of the Resistance, so taking this approach, I started looking at other classes within this faction. Having decided on a faction, now comes the fun question. Literally, what class will be the most fun for you? Try not to hold too much weight in questions like, is this a main, boss mule, or legion character? Go in with the mindset that you are playing this to level 250, it's going to be a strong character in your repertoire no matter what. Even if you're playing in the late game, still take this mindset. Keep the game enjoyable. Consider what type of playstyle you enjoy by asking yourself some questions. Do you like simplicity, focusing on one or two skills, or do you like complexity and depth to characters with a wide variety of skills and resources to manage? Do you like to be a big meat boy, smacking mobs up close, or do you want distance and mobility to be the focus of your gameplay? Do you want to progress solo, or would you rather party up? Do you want your character to be the source of damage, or do you want to bring in a bunch of summons to join the fray? Do you like the overall theme of the class? Just think about these things. I can't answer these questions for you, but when you start to choose between these options, your faction list will become much narrower. Now is the most important part. Play the classes that interest you to level 200 or 202 first. I don't care about missing out on a few event rewards. Playing a class to 250 takes a long time, even if you're hyperburning. Feeling out the class and getting to experience it for yourself is really the most important step to know if you will actually enjoy it long term. If you enjoyed the brief grind to 200, then watch a YouTube video from someone who has played the class a lot. Get some insights into what progression and the later game experience is. What do they enjoy? What are some of the pitfalls? Take this all into account and finally, make your choice. Right, so let me walk through this myself and show you how I landed on the Mechanic. I already mained Demon Slayer, a simple class based around burst and a few key skills. He's a big meat boy, which is good for solo play and group play as a close-up damage dealer. My second 250 was a Luminous, also a simple class which features a mage-like teleport and resource system to manage with light and dark, a great mobber, and a mediocre bosser. From here, I knew I wanted to try a different type of class other than warrior or mage. This left only a few other options within the Resistance: Wild Hunter, Mechanic, and Xenon. I wanted to try to experience the game in different ways. One of the largest gameplay changes from what I've already experienced is a summon-based class. This eliminated Xenon. I then looked at their Legion effects, and they both have solid options. Wild Hunter has a % chance to increase damage on each line, and Mechanic's Legion effect increases buff duration. Mechanic's Legion effect is a bit more niche, but is really good for certain classes. The final tipping point is, I just enjoyed the gameplay and theme of Mechanic much more. I like turning into a tank, summoning airships and robots to clear out mobs and bosses, so I'll be hyperburning a Mechanic. The great thing about MapleStory, and something Nexon has actually done right, is that no matter what you choose, overall it'll still benefit your account. You can always shift gears later on. This isn't set in stone. Just play the game and have fun. If this video helped you out, make sure to help me by liking the video and subscribing to support the channel. Let me know what class you will be hyperburning down below.